I believe life is one big road trip.
Our adventure begins with training from those who already have experience driving. They do their best to pass on their words of wisdom until the day comes when it's time for us to take our road trip. It always starts off exciting, but as our trip unfolds, so do the lessons. There will be days when we feel lost. Just know we're never alone, as there is always guidance from our higher self. It's up to us to pay attention. There will be days when we find ourselves driving through a storm. Keep driving. The storm will pass. There will be days when we're surrounded by darkness. We can't see in front of us and we feel lost. Keep driving. Keep it moving and never give up. The road will eventually clear up. Nothing is permanent. There will be times when we feel all alone. Just know we are never alone on our journey, as God is always with us. Our road trip will take us through the seasons of life. Our life cycle consists of 4 seasons, and every season serves a purpose. For example, fall teaches us about the importance of change and letting go, as it relates to people, places, and things that we've simply outgrown. And who knows, there may come a time when it makes sense to reunite again. It's also important to let go of baggage that's no longer serving us. It will only weigh us down. Winter teaches us about the importance of taking a break from our trip to rest and reflect. It's important to take the time to reflect on where we've been and the lessons we've learned. It's also a time to celebrate how far we've come and take the time to enjoy the view. Spring is where we see the fruits of our labor begin to blossom. It's the season of rolling up our sleeves and sowing new seeds. And summer is the season of growth. It's a time of weathering the storms and reaping the rewards of our harvest. Road trips can be done solo or with company. It's important to be discerning of the company we choose, as this can make or break our road trip. We need to make sure we are traveling in the same direction. Compatibility is key, and there's nothing like taking a road trip with someone to truly get to know them. We will learn how to bond, when to give each other space, and know if it's time to say goodbye. The quality of our trip will be based on the company we keep. In other words, we need to choose our ride or die carefully. We need to be aware of strange hitchhikers along our trip. If something feels off, we need to trust our intuition and don't stop. Keep driving. It's important that we pay attention to the warning signs along our journey. Signs are everywhere, and they are meant to serve us. we need to pay attention. We should avoid the temptation of going where the crowd is. Instead, take the road less traveled. It will take us to places no one's ever been, and we will have experiences no one has ever had. It's important not to drink and drive on our road trip, as it impairs our judgment and ability to drive. The consequences are simply not worth it. It's important that we take the time to take care of our vehicle. This will have a direct effect on the quality of our road trip. If we take care of our vehicle, it will take care of us. Our road trip will take us through the winding road of life. Life was not designed to be perfect, so it's important that we go with the flow of all the unexpected twists and turns and keep it moving. It's important to know that life is not a race. And when we are always focused on our destination, we end up missing the beautiful journey. And before we know it, our road trip is over. And finally, it's important to remember that our vehicle was not designed to last forever. And at some point, we will reach our final destination, and our road trip will come to an end. And we may find ourselves alone again. Or not. That friend from the past may just show up again to say goodbye. And this is all part of our spiritual journey in human form. It's what our soul signed up for. It's not a time to be sad. Instead, get excited as our new journey begins. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. And if you have any questions or would simply like to connect, feel free to do so through my personal email. I've listed it in the description below. Until next time, be safe and make sure to keep paying attention to your karma. It's our greatest teacher.